You've got to hand it to me, Neal Lightfeldt.
You may notice that I have very expressive hands. There's a reason for that. It is because I am a professional hand actor. When a movie scene calls for a dynamic and yet nuanced hand performance, I am the go-to guy in the movie business. The lead actor might have tremendous talent, but he may not have the critical skills to pull off a memorable hand performance. Perfect example. Do you remember Robert De Niro in the movie Taxi Driver, where he portrays Travis Bickle, a disaffected taxi driver? Do you remember that iconic scene where he's talking to himself in the mirror? What, you talking to me? You talking to me? And then he pulls his gun, points it in the mirror, the camera zooms in, and in that moment, that hand expressed all of the anger, the frustration, and ultimately the madness of Travis Bickle. That was my hand. I lost 30 pounds to prepare for that role. I remember after that movie wrapped, I was sitting talking with Bobby, and his friends call him Bobby. We were sharing a bowl of rigatoni, and he said to me, "Neal, you are hands down the best hand actor in the business." That was the greatest compliment that was ever handed to me. Another example, Jack Nicholson in the movie A Few Good Men, where he portrays a Marine colonel. Do you remember that classic scene where he's being cross-examined by Tom Cruise? And the camera continues to cut to his hand on the side of the witness stand, drumming, until finally he grabs the side of the witness stand and squeezes tighter and tighter until finally he explodes. "You can't handle the truth!" My hand. I went through Marine basic training 3 times in order to understand the military hand. I remember Jack and I had a little falling out when that movie first came out. The reviews started coming in, and all the critics could talk about was that amazing hand performance. I remember one headline, "It's time for a hand category at the Oscars." Well, Jack's people didn't like that. They got on the phone, started calling all the newspapers and magazines. Next thing you know, all the reviews are about Jack's intense performance. Now, I love Jack, dear friend, great actor. But I just thought that was a little underhanded. Right? Now, I have worked with presidents as well. If you remember the presidential swearing in almost 4 years ago, do you remember the close-up of Obama's hand on the Bible? Of course, the makeup people did a tremendous job making that believable. But it was a very difficult shot. I had to hide behind Michelle Obama in order to stay out of the camera frame. And Michelle was right here, if you know what I mean. And I had to reach around in order to position my hand. Very difficult shot, very. Well, Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson, the Obamas, I could go on for hours. But my time is up. But you You have been a tremendous audience. Please give yourselves a hand.